right, welcome everybody. We're excited to get going. Sorry, we're starting just a minute late. That's just the way we do things. We were talking business. There's so much going on in AI and CX. It's hard not to take
How
a minute
much?
with our guest Tanner and dive in. But we're going to be talking a little about AI, automation, but really this concept of rebuilding trust, especially after in that post-purchase
Mhm.
process. So, anyways, we got Tanner Channerly. Tanner, thanks for joining, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. Doing really well. Thank
So,
you.
Tanner, when did we, man? I did want to actually know this. When did we? I was at Customer, and did we meet through just Customer, dude, or what was it? Do you remember? I don't actually remember when this all
Yeah,
started. This little love affair started, dude.
that's right, dude. It was years ago. I know that. And then we started talking because we obviously play in like the CX help desk side of
Yes.
things, right? With integrations. I think, oh, you know what it was? It was Michael Ludwig years ago who introduced us.
Was it? It was
He
through
was a, he was a
London.
big customer power user. And at
Yeah.
the time we didn't have an integration with you guys and we built that
Yes.
out. And then we met because you're a big LinkedIn guy. Michael
Yeah.
likes to get on there and razz you on LinkedIn. And I was
Oh,
like,
dude, that's right. He
"Man,
was
I got to
right.
get in on this somehow."
I wish Michael was. I mean,
And then I found out, yeah, through a few other customer employees at the time, it's like, "Oh yeah, our CMO lives in Salt Lake. You should have him on the OP show." That's
That's
what it was.
right. Yeah.
And you came on, dude.
Yeah, so we did if you haven't seen, Tanner's got a cool show. What is the OP show, man? Give the 30 seconds on that. That's
Yeah, the
cool.
OP show is basically like the format of it is the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be more fun. There's a little educational piece to it as well, but it's really about the relationship with the guest.
Yeah.
It's less so about like, yeah, I'd love other people to watch it, but it's the conversation, the relationship that I have with that guest that we fly into town that's really meaningful to
Yeah.
us as a
Yeah.
business and just as a group.
Super cool idea. I was obviously a guest on it, but yeah, we've crossed paths in this kind of post-service CX space. That's
Mhm.
probably a good foray into what is order protection. Maybe give kind of the overview of what some of the cool things you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, so order protection is your post-purchase policy stack. It's kind of a mouthful, but what we do are basically three big buckets. So we do risk or the insurance side of your policy. We do fraud, and then we do services. Those
Yeah.
are the three big buckets. So the combination and how you kind of curate those different buckets or those value streams is what order protection does with a lot of our partners and on behalf of many brands, kind of in this little ecosystem that we play in.
I like that, dude. I don't know if I've heard you say that. The post-purchase policy stack.
Yeah, I
I don't
tried the post-purchase policy platform. Too many P's.
know. Bro,
The 4 P's of marketing, you know.
that's awesome. My boys, we watched the Jim Carrey show, the Penguin, Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Yes,
I
dude.
would recommend you watch that. That will be
Yeah.
inspiration for you. Pepper Potts scoops a
Yes.
lot of peas or something.
It's too much. So I chose stack to kind of break up the
Well,
monotony.
it's cool. That's cool because obviously a lot going on in there. AI, a lot of fraud stuff going on. I mean, I'd love to dive in and get some of your thoughts on this. Before we do, though, wanted to do just a quick note. Tanner and I are partnering with multiple others on this AICX summit.
Yeah.
It's happening December 10th. Give just a 30-second on that, man. I don't know if I can actually show that here, but
Yeah.
why are you excited? Why do you think that's cool?
I think it's awesome because I think it's an inevitable change that is happening. I think people are trying to figure out how best to use it, the applications for AI and CX. Some people are worried it's going to completely replace CX. I think of it less of a um, as like a software. I don't think it's a software. It's meant to really shake things up, and I think that makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but for just kind of the basic stuff that we typically run into when we're shopping online or in store and we have some of these issues, I think AI is a great tool and replacement for that.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's just, yeah, it's an inevitable change, man. And it's here and it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to dive into that, but yeah, if you haven't already checked it out, December 10th, the
Yes,
AI
yeah,
CX Summit, all things AI, all things CX, just real brands, real people talking about how they're figuring this stuff out. So check it
yeah,
out. Well, let's start big picture. I mean, you kind of dove into it a little bit on the AI, but I'd like to kind of refocus a little just on post purchase. Like, what is going state of the state there? Like, what's going on? People who aren't as familiar, give me kind of the 100,000 foot view.
yeah. So, in my opinion, the post-purchase experience when it comes to tools, SaaS, technology is becoming a lot easier to create. I think everyone realizes that with AI, with some of these supplemental tools, and especially in the ecosystem that we play in, um, you kind of like building the basics, building your MVP product. It's gotten very cheap
Yeah.
and it's pretty advanced. So we're kind of at this crossroads where we're selling a lot more advanced technology for cheaper.
Hmm.
So in my opinion, I think the tools, the actual SaaS, I think we're all kind of in this place now where we're realizing we're selling these commoditized products
Yeah.
that anyone can kind of replicate, right? It becomes very easy to create the tech behind it,
Hmm.
which is why at Order Protection, we have really honed in and focused on the risk side because real dollars, real physical products need replaced
Yeah.
and reimbursed. And then the services side, which we're going to get into, where, hey, I'm an actual human. I need a service when I buy something physical online.
Yeah.
Although I'm interacting with this tech behind the scenes,
Whatever it may be.
yeah, order protection are still dealing in the physical world. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm selling a digital product to a digital customer. It's like, no, there's a physical product that's being sold to a physical customer on the other side. The tech is helping us kind of facilitate things and make things more efficient.
Yeah.
But that all right there, kind of that efficiency layer and that automation layer is becoming a commodity. Lots of
Mm.
people can do it from a tech perspective. There has to be more at stake here. There's got to be some risk that we're insuring, and there's got to be additional services that we're providing to the human on the other side that are valuable to them.
Interesting, dude. Do you feel like, from an automation standpoint, you're kind of saying like that is a little more table stakes there, but what is actually happening? Like when we think of this, post purchase, how is automation detecting issues or helping, personalize resolution? Like what is happening on that side of the house?
Yeah, I can only really speak from like the order protection side and some of the partners that we've worked with
Yeah,
in the past, and that we continue to work with. The biggest issue and the biggest area of concern I think that people are going to be finding ways to kind of insure risk against is post purchase fraud.
yeah,
I think when we move up market and as AI becomes a kind of a very useful tool in a lot of cases when shopping online, it's also going to be a deterrent for brands
yeah.
because people are going to be using it to commit fraud, and it's going to be very difficult to catch that
Sure.
without kind of the necessary tools and processes in place for these brands, and that all impacts your bottom line, right? So that's at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we're looking at how much are we actually making off of these products, these customers? How is it the cost to acquire these customers?
Yeah.
Is it worth it if we're just going to have this giant leaky bucket behind the scenes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So from the automation side, it's interesting because you know it's the business is pretty simple that we're in
Yeah.
e-commerce. You buy a product online, you want it shipped to you, and you want it to arrive intact.
Yeah.
That's it. You have a problem with it later on, it's like you can kind of work through the brand on that.
Yep.
But there's ways that you just are going to inject kind of AI into each one of those kind of touch points, those consumer touch points. And that's kind of where I think everyone's trying to figure out,
Where
when
where
and where do we start plugging that in?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So what's your take on that? I mean, how do you find that balance of trying to, bring in the AI, but also bring in that kind of empathy and that human connection as you think about post purchase?
Yeah, so we've always been kind of like this human in the loop service.
Yeah,
Um, we're actually talking with you guys at Signals right now to try to like we have a in-house support team of 15 agents.
yeah,
they service claims and warranties for, we have 215 customers or so.
Yeah.
Um, when we onboard new customers, the need for an agent, because of the volume of tickets that we're going to be outsourced or that are going to be outsourced to order protection, it's a continuously like hiring process and increasing headcount. Um, and then we're not meeting kind of the SLAs or the efficiency
Mm,
gains that we're looking for. So we're now kind of at that crossroad where it's like, okay, I think it's time we find a vendor. We try and build it in house. We
mm,
can't build it in house, and I don't think there's a lot of. I think a lot of tech vendors think that they can just build whatever they want
I
because they have
agree.
engineers and some VC backing. It's incredibly difficult to build and maintain value streams. You can build a new product, but if you don't sell it to a customer and they're not using it, then it's not a value stream to you as a company, right? You
Yeah,
build
man.
a product for
Super.
future.
Yeah, how have you? I mean, one double click there because I think
Yeah.
from a leadership standpoint, that's super interesting for the like. How have you managed to find that balance? Right? It's like now that tech is a little easier to build, we're
Yeah.
all like, man, maybe I should. And I know you face that. Maybe I should build fraud. Maybe I should build
Yeah.
risk. Maybe I should do service. Maybe I should do AI.
Yeah.
Like it's all interesting. It's all possible, but obviously, it's getting harder and harder to be the best it's something, and you got to have actual value that you can give to.
It's got
How
to
do
be
you
excellent.
manage that, man? How do you think through that? How would you advise others to think through that? That's fascinating.
Yeah. Um, Everything comes at a cost. If you build a new product, um, the cost to build it, it's still expensive, right? It's gotten cheaper, it's gotten easier, but it's still expensive.
Yeah.
The cost to maintain it is infinitely more expensive than building it in the first place.
And we never think that. It's so hard to kind of like,
It's just
it's so hard.
it's so expensive because then you onboard a customer. One customer on a new product is a lot of work because they identify things quicker than you could have ever identified those things in the first place when they're actually using the product.
Yeah.
Like we just released a warranties product not that long ago, and this omni-channel warranty as a service product.
Yeah.
So this is included in what the customer purchases at checkout. They
Okay.
buy their product. We're behind the scenes. We're this white labeled service. If they buy on Amazon in store on their D2C site, those tickets come to my team for service.
Got it.
So, and that was a new product. We got that new product in the hands of a customer from the time we released it to the time they were using it. It was about 3.5, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then the onboarding process after that, after they started using it, it was like all hands on deck for one customer using one new product or one new value stream, I should say,
Yeah.
because the service required was a lot of service. It's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of cost and time kind of associated with that.
Yeah.
So it's painful, man. It's brutal. It's people just think they can build whatever they want. They can kind of incorporate it. And you gotta be really particular about where do I make my money today? Where do we think we're gonna make our money in the next 3 years? And then it's just making trade-offs and small
It's a
bets.
it's a lot of trade. I mean, I do like I'm loving it more and more. We debate it ourselves. It's like, man, what can you be the best at right now? Because I feel like you can be good at a bunch of things, but do you want to be services? Do you want to be tech? Do you want to be this? Do you want to be
Yeah.
that? And we've been in our own business trying to nail that down, but it's interesting to hear someone kind of talk through that a little bit. So back to that piece. I mean, how do you, and you can say even big picture, but there just feels like in CX this balance that we have to find with AI and people.
Yeah.
And I'm curious as you think about post purchase, how do you continue to just find that balance, or maybe not? Maybe you're like, honestly, as I go through that step by step, like AI is in fraud detection, AI is in claims recognition, AI is in like, is there a balance, or do we just give it all to automation and AI?
Yeah, I think there's a balance, right? And we kind of talked about this when we were going through kind of the signals use case for order section. I think there is always a escalation
Yeah,
process that needs to be put in place where because we will get frustrated as consumers if everywhere we go, we're only met by machines.
yeah,
At some point, you want to deal with a human. I don't know what that point is. In some consumers' journeys, it might be the first interaction. In others, it might just be, hey, send me through that automation. And eventually it's going to get so good that it's going to feel as if it is a human on the other side.
Yeah.
Right. And in some cases, people can't tell the difference already. But I think there's going to be this everyone's jumping on this, all automation, all machines all the time because of the cost savings, the efficiency. And then we're going to get to a place where it's going to be like, this is too much. I just want to talk to another human on the other side. So I think it's going to be a rush to this situation that we're in right now. And then people will pay extra eventually someday to say, hey, I just want to meet and talk to a human, have a human to human conversation.
Yeah, like there just feels like there's got, and maybe that's it. Maybe the first line of defense will be more automation and the second will be, human. I mean, that's kind of where we have been for the last, right? I mean, the chatbots came out, a little bit of self-service. I just, I don't actually feel like those ever really worked for the first line of defense. Like, I
Yeah,
still think those frustrated me in general, but maybe that'll be that balance is you can try to handle some of the lower level stuff. And then there will be this human in the loop that you can bring in but it'll work more effectively than it ever has
for
before.
sure.
And maybe that's the way.
And I think for a majority of the use cases, it's going to be machine.
Yeah.
And then for the few times, and this is where I think it's gonna really change. You'll have like one human to escalate to.
Yeah.
Right, within a company or within a brand, it's gonna be like,
Oh, it's so much easier. Yeah. You don't need 50 people. You need one.
It's Mother Mary, dude, and she's super sweet and just never gets bothered.
Yeah.
And for the other 90% of the tickets, it's just gonna be automation.
Yeah. That's cool. You were talking this week a little bit about, and again, looking for other areas here, but it's some of the stuff you've been doing in fraud and the ability there for like AI. I mean, that sounds like that's an area where AI is starting to pick up, and it's been a game changer in post purchase if you can figure that out. Any quick thoughts on kind of how that's playing a role to really help brands just figure that fraud detection out in a more advanced way?
Yeah, 100%. So the partner that we've chosen to go with in this case is a company called Yofi.
Yeah.
They have basically integrated so deeply within order protection that we're basically running this fraud assessment on every single order processed.
So cool. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's a protected order, if the customer purchased insurance on it or not. We're running all of our orders from all the brands that we support through that technology. What we get in result is more denied claims.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like a no-no, like don't deny claims, don't, refuse the customer a resolution.
Yeah.
But if it's clear fraud, you have to, right? Either order protection's on the hook for that or the brand is.
Yeah.
It's a non-protected order. And brands are starting now, because we have the evidence, they're starting to see and prefer that we deny fraud claims.
Really?
Yeah. And so just the customer statistics that we get from Yofi, hey, this physical address, 10 out of 17 orders that were shipped to this physical address had returns on them.
Fascinating.
5 out of 6 had claims filed on them, right? So you get a better sense of who this person is as a shopper, as an individual. And then you as a business can make the decision on whether or not you want them to continue.
That's so cool.
So
I think that's so cool. I mean, look, and these are the types of things that, yeah, you got to have this advanced mentality because that's game changing for a brand, right? I mean, to your point, almost feels like maybe at first people are, oh no, I don't want to be rejecting things. I don't want to be making my customers mad. But when they see the data, when they see the evidence, it's like, hey, this is like,
you can't allow this to happen.
It's like not okay.
Your kid's got cavities. It's like you can't keep giving them candy every single day.
Do you see that? Do you see anything similar on the warranty side? I mean, it's a whole different world. I mean, I know it kind of still falls under a concept of claim, but is there automation data and AI that's potentially available there? Or warranty just more it's more self-explanatory. It's easy.
Yeah, warranties they're actually harder than shipping claims because for a shipping claim, for example, like an order that's stuck in transit or it's lost
Yeah.
In the mail, this happens all the time with like smaller parcels.
Yeah.
You can just determine an automated claim resolution based on whether or not it was delivered.
It's just not delivered. So it's fairly easy.
Never showed up, right? But with product warranty, These are products that customers could have for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It doesn't matter, right?
A
Like,
little hairier, right? That's a little
yeah, it's hairier, and there's, depending on the product type, there's so many different components.
Mm.
And then based on that product and the longevity of that SKU within that merchant's product catalog, you're not getting the same product the next time around,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's
Like, and you don't have inventory. So the inventory management side of things when it comes to warranty becomes very difficult.
yeah.
And keeping up with a product catalog that's thousands of products and SKUs and colors and, different lids and straws and
Woof, you're right. Whoa, yeah.
it's a lot, man.
That,
It's hard to manage.
that's a lot to take in. So there is a play that there is. Do you see AI really playing a role more in that or more?
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to start with the inventory management first.
Oh,
And
well,
then it makes everything down the path from
so
there.
much easier because you do the double click then, just so for people who don't know a lot about it, like what do you mean by that? Or it just would kind of organize it in a better way, I guess, right? To help
Yeah.
them.
So most people's product catalogs,
Or disaster.
especially very quick scaling businesses, they get out of hand pretty quick,
Yeah, totally.
right? You start hearing from customers, hey, we love this product. I want it in 20 different colors. But then you go back and produce a bunch of different colors and different SKUs, and hey, I would love a different straw or a different lid that is customizable or could go with multiple of these products, right? It's like it becomes a lot, right? There's a lot of components to it.
Yeah.
And that's just for like hard goods, right? For clothing, it doesn't apply, right?
Interesting. Yeah, I can totally see that.
As much.
Do you feel, maybe I'd throw this at you, if you, let's say it's 2 years from now, how do you see this playing out? I mean, just even big picture, AI, post-purchase claims, communication, like any thoughts on how this,
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Yeah, I think which I don't know, and this isn't like to toot Signal's horn or anything, but like this cloud employee idea, I think brands are going to be run. There's not going to be a lot of SaaS. There's not going to be a lot of apps anymore. It's going to be like, or there might be some apps, like a few core apps that have kind of consolidated, and then you are deploying these AI,
These AI teammates, basically, right? Yeah.
like coworkers. Basically, they work for you. They manage the technology behind the scenes, and then on the other side, right on the fulfillment side, there's already robots
Doing
picking
that.
and packing, right? So it's like, and they'll communicate systematically. So I think it's going to get to a point where we're as a society, we're all going to have to become very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And luckily we're in a position where we sell, we protect merchants that sell physical goods, right? Like we're not going to stop consuming physical goods.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just the way in which we
yeah,
deliver those and handle those. Because to your point, it's funny. Yeah, it seems like on some of the shipping side, the robotics has been, there's been some inroads there. I'm sure there'll be more.
yeah,
Now we've been pretty heavy people, apps, tools, and yeah, maybe we'll see a little bit of a dissipation of that as these
yeah.
agentic personas come in. And
Yeah. You think about it's like, you'll start the brand. The branding will be, very humanized
yeah,
because we're going to be craving like reality because it's just going to get to this point where it's going to get so crazy so fast because this is all we talk about. This is all the economy invests in as of late, right? Like it's insane.
it does feel like it's getting to a place where
I imagine like an autonomous Amazon Prime truck, right? That shows up to my address and then it's like an ice cream truck. I walk up to it and there's a robot inside and it hands me my package of physical goods and then goes on to the next house. And you
yeah,
just walk out, right? As
bonkers.
opposed to them having to like come out. It's like there might not be a driver, there might not be a physical robot that comes and drops it on my porch, but I might get notified to go out to the truck and then I just, offload it myself basically. I
Yeah.
think there's eventually a world where, that's way down the road, but I'm like, dude, I like the possibilities of this it's scary, dude.
It's really, and it's weird. It feels like I'm
Weird.
I'm obviously, neck deep in it, but
Yeah,
sometimes I'm like, are we all just running towards a cliff where we're all gonna like jump off? But it's like if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. Let's go.
I know.
But we're
It's
all just running. We're like, are you gonna
evolving.
jump off this cliff? Because we're gonna replace ourselves and just.
That's right.
Are you gonna stop? You're not stop. Okay, I'll just keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, going back to it, I think in the next 2 years, it's we're still figuring this out, man.
Yeah, yeah.
There's still so much to figure out. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's funny. It is moving fast, but at the same time, people are still super valued. People love the connection.
always,
There's no, we all feel a little bit of FOMO, like somebody's doing it so much better. But I mean, even as you and I talk through it, it's like we're all trying to learn. We're seeing a little more value maybe in AI here, but it's not like this, Terminator where anybody's like running their shop via some AI agent. So
no.
cool, man. All righty. Well, hey, appreciate the talk track. Super interesting to get your ideas, AI, business, etc. If someone wanted to dive in a little more on OP or connect with you, what's the best way to do that?
Just orderobsession.com. Go to my LinkedIn. I post about OP all the time. I post about our partners and the show as well. So go give us a follow. Go check it out.
We'll definitely link up the show, man. OP, it's a great show, great activity. I think great conversation. So cool, man. Tanner, appreciate the time for the audience. Have a great day. Adios.
Bye.